In the following 10 minutes presentation, we will see how TestShell test automation framework can help Solid State Drives manufacturers overcome their testing challenges. Being an end-to-end framework, TestShell covers the entire testing cycle, from code-free test creation and automatic test execution up to advanced reporting and analysis capabilities, all managed in a unified scalable solution. Let's define the problem we are aiming to solve. As solid-state drives advance and get more complex, testing them becomes a greater challenge. Different vendors with multiple models require diverse specifications. There are many benchmark applications that need to be executed over different operating systems. And in addition, testing teams and stations are usually distributed across locations. This makes data collection even more complex and the analysis extremely time-consuming. The outcome is considerable efforts and investments of time and human resources in the testing process. So how does it work in real life? We will use an example of performing HDTune benchmark test. HDTune is a hard disk utility that can be used to measure drivers' performance, scan errors, check health status, erase data, and much more. In order to perform the test, we first need to prepare our environment. This is a tedious process. We need to install the operating system and prepare the device for testing. This will take us at least 1 hour. Now we can activate the benchmark application. Run the HDTune, click Start, and wait until it finishes running. This took us at least another half an hour. As the application resumes, we need to collect the results by copying them to a clipboard and paste them to Excel or other file in a constant format that will allow us to generate a report later on. This is a time-consuming process that requires advanced preparations. Usually, we will need to prepare the environment for another test all over again, multiple times, using different operating systems and various benchmark applications. So how do we perform the same test using TestShell? We build a test scenario using a drag-and-drop interface. We can automatically launch any benchmark application and automatically replace the operating system if required. To execute, we simply click the Run button, and we are free to continue to the next station for debugging. All results are saved in a standardized format in the central database, so we can automatically generate a report in a click or access the results through the web whenever it's convenient for us. So let's see TestShell in action. First, we will use the TestShell Studio to create the test, then move on to the TestShell Runner to automatically execute it, and then use the TestShell Insight to automatically generate a test report and advanced dashboard analysis. Let's see how easy it is to design a benchmark test using TestShell Studio. This is the Studio canvas. Our first step will be to define the test variables, for example, the specific benchmark application version. We want to use HDTune, so let's add Run Application and define the path to the HDTune application. We wait for the HDTune main window to come up. Choose the specific SSD we want to test. Wait for the application to finish download. And press on the Start button to activate it. Once the application finishes, we need to read the results and validate the information we received. So let's add a case that will first determine if we actually received any result. Let's parse the results and add a criteria according to which we can define if the test passed or failed. In this case, the number shouldn't exceed 50. In order to help the user read the results, let's add display output. In case they are not aligned with what we defined in the criteria, we can declare failure and end the test. In case they are, we need to close the application and then end the test. We can easily create additional sequence parallel to this one that will make sure that the HDTune application is still running. We can also determine that in case it's not, it will resume the test. In addition, we can add a failure description. Well, that's it. Test is complete. We created it very easily without using any programming. All we need to do is give the test a name so we can use it later on. In order to execute the test we just created, we go to the TestShell runner. Here is our HDTune test. Now we simply click on the Run button. The test is automatically launched, and the HDTune application is automatically running. We can see the execution log on the left side of the screen. At the same time the HDTune is running and collecting performance results, our parallel sequence is making sure the HDTune is still alive. The test is running step by step. Currently waiting for the HDTune to finish, parse and display the results, validate them, and display them on the output display window. Test execution has finished, and according to the defined criteria, it passed. While test results are automatically saved to the central server, a report is automatically generated for easy review. The same way we created the HDTune test, we can create any other benchmark application test. These can later be modified and reused as part of a regression. Here, for example, we create a performance regression. Different benchmark applications will be running on different operating systems that will be replaced during the regression. In our current example, we started with an HDBench application test, replaced the operating system to Windows XP, run a loop of the HDTune test we just created, replace again the operating system to Windows 7, run another HDTune test, a crystal mark test, and resume the regression. Creating this regression took us only a few seconds. In order to activate it, all we need to do is to simply click on the Run button on the TestShell runner. Repeated efforts of installing, launching, and switching different operating systems, as well as replacing and activating different benchmark applications, are now saved. For advanced trend analysis of different benchmark test results, we use TestShell Insight. As you can see, this is an online application, and we can access it from anywhere we like. We just logged in. Now we can filter the database according to specific results we want to review. For example, we filtered by date. Now we filter by the type of the test. We choose HDTune and crystal mark. And we can even choose which measurements we want to review. Let's show the report. The report is customizable. We can sort it by capacity, by operating system, and so on. Here we sorted by capacity. Now we can export the information to specific file formats. This time we choose Excel. The information from the database is now available for us for further analysis. The same information can also be reviewed on Inside Dashboard, when data can be displayed in tables or diagrams according to our preferences and definitions. For example, let's review the regression summary as a table or in a pie chart. The dashboard provides us a snapshot of a large amount of test data and trends. For example, the test yield, trend analysis according to operating systems, and so on. In this short presentation, we have demonstrated some of the great benefits TestShell offers for SSD testers. We saw how easy it is to create a test without programming, while controlling any benchmark application. We can simply reuse a test in a complex regression and handle different operating systems in a click. Tests are automatically executed, and the results are automatically saved to a central server, accessed later for advanced test aggregation and analysis, both via customizable dashboards and online reports. Using TestShell has already proven remarkable return on investments while saving organizations' budget. You can improve your product quality, shorten release time to market, and streamline compliance with international standards. Contact us today and bring the next generation of test automation to your organization.